Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we ask that please all rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we'll honor tonight's competitors, Sacramento. Portion of our Sacramento International with the playing of our national anthem. Well, once again, good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Champions Sacramento, presented this afternoon by Copernicus Stables. As here is our first entry of the field of 40 horse and rider combinations to see. We'll begin with Baldier and Right Texel. Baldier is a 10-year-old Oldenburg red horse. American rider Right Texel will be the first of those 40 to show here in tonight's qualifier for this Saturday's Longines FEI World Cup Champions. Just a single rail defense. It's our next show, 172. This is We'll see a total of 30 Next we show is 642, number 7, Well, an unfortunate refusal here at fence number 10 are Irani's International Liverpool fence. For jumping falls 73.20 will add 3 on the clock as well, a 7 fall total for Shiva Z. Here's 294. This is Domino. Join next in Siri Gordon Solanke on the field. Riding internationally for Israel, this Dutch warm blood, 12 years of age, is Domino and Siri Gordon Solanke, the 4th of 39C in the qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, presented by Copernicus Stables. In the case of a refusal and a knockdown, 6-second penalty will be added. You heard the bell sound. The bell will resound once the fence is put back together and will restart the time upon jumping. Well, 12 jumping faults will catch 2 on the clock for 14 faults total. We'll turn our attention next to another American rider coming on course. This is Casey Ament aboard 182 Zuidhova. This Dutch warm blood, 11 years of age, Zuidhova and Casey Ament, the American rider next to show, our 5th of 39. A total of 21 faults across the field. 20 jumping will catch a single time fault at 66.95. Time penalties assessed for 1 time penalty for every 4 seconds commenced over the time allowed is scored under FEI rules. Here 634, Plume de la Roque, the first of 2 rides for Canadian Ben Aslan aboard this Attaché Stables entry. Plume de la Roque is a 12-year-old Celle Francais, has been once again the first of our 4 riders with 2 horses in tonight's qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, presented this evening by Copernicus Stables. Well, a great ride for Ben Aslan. He's been putting in some wonderful rides in FEI competition throughout the show series, and he continues here in the qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping. We've got our first leader, Ben Aslan and Plume de la Roque. So the Canadian comes in and shows the riders how it's done. We'll turn our attention next to another American rider, Tony Laborchik. She'll be aboard making Kaisa's entry, this 11-year-old Belgian blood, Sanzor. Our number for scoring, 362, Zanzibar and Tony Laborchik look to force a jump off as Ben Aslan and Plume de la Roque are first to navigate the course with a We'll continue here with number 553. This horse is Templar. Entry of Signy Speed, Carl Koch. The American rider aboard the Sangershine, 14 years of age. Here is Templar. Unofficially fifth here. Here's entry number 282 and our only rider representing Australia here, Mr. Harley Brown. Aboard Apex, riding for the owner, Emma Catherine Recco. This is an 11-year-old Anglo-European bred horse, Apex, and Harley Brown is Ben Aslan, the Canadian. Clear here with Plume de la Roque. And Harley Brown, now the Australian, looks to go clear aboard Apex. Still just the one clear now in our qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup jumping Sacramento this Saturday. Tonight's class presented by Copernicus Staples is next to show number 471, Darius de la Ferme Rosé. Michelle Rodal gets the tone to begin. This American rider has the effort here for the Morgan Partners. The Belgian warm blood, 12 years of age, it's Darius de la Ferme Rosé. Well, 3 rails down across the field for Darius de la Ferme Rosé, and Michelle Rodal will also catch a single time fault to grand total 13 faults in 66.35. Here's entry number 223 as our international flavor to tonight's class continues with Swedish-born rider Matthias Eckerhoff aboard the Governor. Matthias has arrived aboard this Dutch warm blood, 12 years of age, the Governor. And Matthias Eckerhoff from Sweden looking to join Ben Aslan and Plum de la Roque and force a jump off. Well, Matthias will take a schooling fence here. Your applause always appreciated. Ben Aslan is the 6th horse in the order, was the only one so far to go clear. We've also seen 3-4 falters. Rounding out our top 4 overall, next to show number 450, this is Legis Touch the Sun. Jenny McAllister rides for LegisEquine.com. We'll go with entry number 519 on course. This is Zidane and Jill Humphrey, the American rider, showing next. So Jenny will be up after Jill as the Dutch warm blood, 11 years of age, Zidane, number 519, challenges the first round course. Our rider retires here from competition, Zidane and Jill Humphrey. Longines will provide a dedicated timekeeping team and data handling service at all of the 14 North American League events, just as they are here today, representing Longines. A direct result of the partnership with Longines, the North American League will be showcased on a broad range of global platforms, including streaming on digital outlets and mobile platforms focusing on the drama of equestrian sport, with fascinating behind-the-scenes and documentary-style coverage. Here's our next to show in this afternoon's qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping, Sacramento. This is Legis Touch the Sun and Jenny McAllister. Number 450, the number here representing Legis Touch the Sun, the 9-year-old Holsteiner, as American rider looks to go clear and force a jump off with Ben Aslan. A pair of rails down, 8 jumping, 1 time fault. A 9 fault effort here for Legis Touch the Sun and Jenny McAllister. Here's entry number 101. This is Calero. Showing next, Alyssa Hecht has the ride aboard the 12-year-old Holsteiner Calero. Another American rider looking to challenge the Canadian Ben Aslan as our sole clear so far. Here's Calero now in Alyssa Hecht. Too bad, a good clear ride over the fences. However, we glance at the clock at 65 seconds, the time allowed. The time here for Calero, 67.121 will be the time penalties on an otherwise great ride for Alyssa Hecht, and right into second for Calero. Another one of our riders with multiple horses as we welcome the Brazilian Eduardo Meneses showing next. This will be the first of his two, Golden Horta, a 9-year-old Belgian warm blood, and looking to join here Ben Aslan. Alyssa Hecht just one time fault as our last rider, now Eduardo Meneses, and Golden Horta, number 454. Single rail down at fence 11A, our Longines Oxer coming into the second of the combination, 61.32 and 4 faults. That is our fastest 4 faults, and for Eduardo Meneses, his first horse, Golden Horta, right into third. Ben Aslan and Plume de la Roque clear, and now Ben Aslan returns with his second and final ride, the Canadian aboard, Doremi. This is a 12-year-old Belgian warm blood as Ben looks to join himself for the jump off. He's the only clear so far. Now looking to go 2 for 2. Here's 323 Doremi. That's too bad, all the way down to our final fence, and the Lasher Auto Group fence does come down, so only one will be back for Ben Aslan. Plume de la Roque, 4 faults to score, 62.12, and into fourth for Ben's second ride, Doremi. Here's another one of our young, talented riders tonight for the qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento this Saturday. On course now, 479 is Galedamar. Hannah Heidegger rides for Monarch International. This young American will be aboard the 12-year-old Zangerscheid Galedamar, number 479. Well, what a great ride for Hannah Heidegger, two of our youngest riders, showing the rest of the class how it's done. Ben Aslan and Plume de la Roque, and now Hannah Heidegger and Galettamar clear. And we've got to jump off. We'll show next with another rider here, American, with two horses in tonight's competition. Quentin Judge will be next to show aboard number 555, H.H. Chopin van der Broye. It's an entry of the Double H farm. This Belgian warm blood, 13 years of age. The next to show, we're guaranteed a jump off as Ben and Hannah now coming back. Here's Quentin Judge and the first of his two, looking to join that group and make it 3 to return for the jump off in this evening's Copernicus Stabled presented class. Well, there's another 4-fault score here, 62.204 for Quentin, and we'll see him back on another horse a little later on. But for now, 4 faults, 62.20 into 6th. We'll continue on now at number 435. This is Coral Reef Follow Me Too, an American rider, Vinton Karish. Vinton has a ride for the Coral Reef Ranch. This Westphalian is just 10 years of age, but a very talented horse. Coral Reef Follow Me Too, and the next to show, Vinton Karish. Well, single rail down here will also catch a time penalty at 65.62, unofficially right now 10th overall, as the top 12 will be receiving money from tonight's competition, as we'll continue the qualifier for this Saturday's Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. Today's class presented by Copernicus Stables, as we'll continue here with number 557 Lazur. Irish rider Robert Blanchette, the owner and the rider. Flungman LaRoque and Ben Aslan, Hannah Heidegger and Galettamar, they'll be the two returning so far. Now Robert Blanchette to take his turn aboard Lazur. A wave of the hand, and Robert will retire from our competition with Lazur. Dinner is now being served in the VIP area. Dinner now being served in VIP for those of you sitting. Two coming back for the jump off so far in the qualifier for our Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. We'd like to welcome those of you watching on the FEI YouTube channel as we'll continue with our next to show number 431. This is Dynamo and Mega News for Amalaya Investments. This American rider will be aboard the Belgian warm blood, 12 years of age, Dynamo, on course now. News has been putting in some wonderful rides here all the way from Houston, Texas. Dynamo will be third to come back for the jump off in this evening's competition. With three to return, looking to make it four, here's our American rider, Jeffrey Field, showing next aboard number 142 by Balia SMH. Riding for the owner, Stahl Minion, this Dutch warm blood, just 9 years of age, a very talented young up-and-coming Grand Prix horse. Let's see if Jeff can navigate the course without fault or penalty and become that fourth to go clear. Ben Aslan, Hannah Heidegger, Megan News just went clear, and now Jeffrey Fields and Babalia SMH. The 20 jumping faults for that young up-and-coming Grand Prix horse here. Good indoor experience. Will catch a single time fault as well, 21. The total for Bambalia SMH. Here's our next to show, number 566, Couscous Van Ortiz. Samuel Perot, a Chilean rider here, owning and showing in the first of 2 rides for Samuel in tonight's competition. So here we go with our next to show as we're winding down, about 14 rides remaining here in the first round. Samuel Perot and Couscous Van Ortiz. So 4 riders now will be returning. Ben Aslan, the Canadian, Hannah Heidegger, the American, Megan News, also the American, and Elja Chilean, Samuel Perot will be back for the jump off. The 14 Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League events were selected after rigorous screening processes from a long list of 25 applicants. Impressively, 11 of these events are featured in the recently published North American Riders Group Top 25 rankings. Here's our next to show. Number 647, Nick of Time, and Japanese rider Ryuma Hirota. Nick of Time is an 11-year-old horse as Ryuma looks to go clear and join that list of 4 returning, looking to make it 5. Mr. Hirota and Nick of Time, number 647. 474, this horse, the Dude. American rider Will Simpson shows for Monarch International. This Oldenburg is 9 years of age, the Dude, and Will Simpson has had a wonderful year so far. Let's see if they can continue and go clear in the round 5 is what we're looking to see coming back with 4 coming so far. Here's Will Simpson and the Dude. There's the next to show number 552 coming on board, Longines FEI. The owner is beyond speed, this French rider, Longines FEI on horseback. We'll continue round number 1 of our qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, presented this evening by Copernicus Stables in the next to show. 489 on the rocks, and Canadian runner Beta Doctor, Oliver Sitch. This Canadian warm blood, 13 years of age, on the rocks. Beta looking to go clear. If they do so, they'll be the 5th to return for the jump off. Ben Aslan and Heidegger, Megan News, and Samuel Perot clear so far. Irish sport horse Flexible shows next Rich Fellers. Looks to become that fifth to navigate the course without halter penalty. This will be the next to show. This is Flexible. Flexible does. There's a clear ride, 62.77, and Rich Fellers will be back for the jump off. So 5 now to return in the qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, presented this evening by Copernicus Stables as our next to show. A late scratch here for 449 as we'll turn our attention next to 253, Luebo and Jamie Barge riding for Kylie Co. This American rider will be aboard the Oldenburg horse, 10 years of age, Luebo, and looking to become 6 to navigate without falter penalty. Here's Jamie Barge now and Luebo. Back-to-back clear rounds for the first time in our qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, and that will indeed become 6 to return. Great effort for Jamie Barge and Luebo. We'll turn our attention next on course to entry number 571, the Canadian rider Jen Sarek, owning and showing Okapi de Terlong, next to work. It's a Cell Francais bred horse, 13 years of age, as Okapi de Terlong. 2 in a row, Flexible and Luebo, and 6 total coming back. Here's Jen Sarek looking to make it lucky number 7 with Okapi de Terlong. Total of 8 faults, 62.89 for Jen Sarek and Okapi de Terlon. Speaking of 8, this will be the first of 8 riders remaining now in round number 1, with 6 returning for the jump-off. American rider Alec Lawler shows for the Equine Ventures LLC. This is Agamemnon, number 265. A 14-year-old Swedish warm-blood Agamemnon and Alec Lawler, no stranger to international competition. He's showing next and looking to become number 7 to navigate to the jump-off phase. Here is Agamemnon. A very fast 4 faulter here, 60.18 on the clock. Matter of fact, that is our fastest 4 faulter for Alec Lawler, taking over the 8th place position for Agamemnon. Number 458 will show next. This is Juncal. Guillermo Obligado rides for Woodgrove Farm. Representing Argentina in international competition, Guillermo Obligado will be next aboard this 11-year-old Holsteiner Juncal, number 458. Sixteen jumping penalties will add a single time fault as well. 17 shall be the total, 66.16. Already clear with his first ride, we welcome back Chilean rider Samuel Parot. Aboard this time, Atlantis, a 12-year-old Zanger shy, number 567. He showed Cuscus Van Orti around the arena here with no faults and no penalties. Now back, looking to go 2 for 2. Here's Samuel Parot and Atlantis. Chaparro, and that will be 2 for 2, 59.93 and 0 faults around the ring. He'll be back with Couscous Van Orti and now back with Atlantis. 2 shots at the win today for Samuel. So 7 clear with just 5 remaining. Coming on course number 276, HH Whiskey Royale. The second and final ride for American Quentin Judge for Double H Farm. Single rail down at fence 1, 61.87 with 4 faults. Right now 7 clear and our 1 time faulter riding back those top 8 for ribbons. And those will be the top 8 returning. 4 remaining before the jump off phase. Here is the first of those final 4 riders before setting for the short track number 356, Christian Gray. American rider Tiffany Sullivan riding for Haley Farms LLC. Seven returning Plume de la Roque, Galetamar, Dynamo, Couscous Van Orti, Flexible, Luebo, Atlantis, and now Tiffany Sullivan looking to add Christian Gray to the list of riders returning. $16 jumping, a single time fault here, a 17 fault total, 68.05. First of 3 rides remaining now, number 332. This is Ema de la Demelun. American rider Cara Anthony shows next for the Pot Creek Partners LLC. The bell sounds here for Cara Anthony, a very young, talented horse, just 9 years of age. Ema de la Demelun, looking to become that 8th to go clear with 7 returning for the jump off. And the first of 3 before the first round jump off commences. Here's Ema de la Demelun and Cara Anthony. Well, a nice effort here, just one rail down at fence number 8. 4 faults will be the score in 62.52 on the clock. Here's the first of just 2 remaining now in round number 1 of the qualifier for this Saturday's Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. Tonight's class presented by Copernicus Stables as Eduardo Meneses will be aboard his final entry, number 457, Karushka 2. An 11-year-old Oldenburg, as Karushka has shown very well with Eduardo, and now he'll look to be the next to go clear. Karushka 2 and Eduardo Meneses. Great ride for Eduardo Meneses, and Karushka 2 will return for the jump-off phase, an even 8, as all 8 of those riders will come back for the award presentation with just 1 remaining in round 1. Here's our last to show in the first round of the qualifier for this Saturday's Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. The last to show, number 315, is Pharaoh DC. Carry on Boyce Lockhart, the American, will ride for Poseidon Stables. A Belgian warm blood, just 10 years of age, Pharaoh DC, our last to show in the qualifier. Here's Carry on Boyce Lockhart. total here of 17 faults. 17 will be the total. We'd like to thank all of you for watching here on the FEI YouTube channel, and a very special shout out and a happy birthday to Danny von Zimmerman today, as we'll be having 8 returning for the jump off: Ben Aslan and Plume de la Roque, Hannah Heidegger and Galettamar, Megan News and Dynamo. Samuel Perot is qualified 2 for the jump off, Couscous Van Orti, as well as Atlantis, the second to last horse. The ever dangerous Rich Fellers and Flexible, Jamie Barge and Luebo, and Eduardo Meneses and Karushka. What a jump off we'll have for you just moments away from the jump off track. 10 minutes and we'll be back.
Passion, effort, overcoming obstacles, glory.
What a horse, what a combination, and what a time!
In a region where equestrian sport has been growing at full gallop, a brand new major league, the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League.
43.83 down with just 1 to go.
The best human and equine athletes of the sport battling to qualify for the amazing Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Final.
Et il le fait! Oui, pour 15 centièmes! Extraordinaire! Quelle finale fantastique! Increíble! ¡Qué tiempo! ¡Qué caballo! ¡El ganador!
A unique sport, rich in personalities, where human and horse must have a true partnership to succeed, and where men and women share the same podium. An electrifying finish to the Longines season, a truly global final, where the biggest stars of international jumping will fight for the trophy and a massive €1.3 million jackpot.
A world-class performance by a world-class man.
The most exciting equestrian events in 14 outstanding venues across 3 countries: Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Taking the sport across the continent to iconic cities and world-class equestrian locations. 2015 goes down in American sport history with the launch of the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League. The perfect combination of high-profile sport, family entertainment, and thrilling competition. Kicking off in August across the continent.
Developed by engineers and tested by the world's best riders, the 2GS pushes forward the frontiers of performance. 2GS by CWD Technology. Next generation.
Wow, is that a Hemi?
It sure is.
That'll be just like you when I grow up.
If you want to be like me, you got to sell all these trucks at 12 grand off MSRP. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. During Truck Month, I've got 6 2015 Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4s. Closeout price at just 12 grand off MSRP. That's 12 grand off MSRP, only at Elk Grove Dodge, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Odiseo by Cavalia opens November 25th under the white big top at AT&T Park. Tickets available at cavalia.net.
Wine is closely tied to the land. It is earth, sunlight, and passion in a glass. Welcome to Cali Paso, a place where wines of elegance and refinement have impressed critics and created a worldwide phenomenon. A place of stunning architecture, luxury, and passionate winemaking.
Rich Fellers and Flexible. Jamie Barge and Luebo. Samuel Perot back with his second ride, Atlantis. And Eduardo Meneses aboard Karushka are 8 to return, and we'll be back with that jump off just a few minutes. Be sure to join us this Saturday night for the 4th qualifier in the inaugural season of the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League, part of the Global FEI World Cup Jumping Series. As the title partner and official timekeeper of the series, Longines has a great pleasure to be associated with this weekend's highlight, the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. Longines' passion for the equestrian sports dates back to 1878, and today the brand has involved the most important equestrian events all over the world. The official watch here at the Sacramento International Horse Show is a Conquest Classic Moon Phase watch in steel and silver dial with a new chronograph and moon phase display, perfectly illustrating the elegance of this world-class competition. Well, here we go with the jump-off phase. The first to go clear and the first to return for the jump-off, number 634, as we get underway with the first of 8. This is Ben Aslan, the Canadian rider, and Plume de la Roque. Again, fences in the jump-off, 7C, 14, 5, 6, 10, 11 AB, and 12. As Ben looks to go fast, looks to go clear and put the pressure on the other 7 to follow. Here, Ben Aslan and Plume de la Roque. Oh yeah, now that our horse is caught, your applause is appreciated. A very talented young rider unfortunately came off there and looks to be just fine. He's tough. He's Canadian. Not the way Ben wanted to start the class, but in the top 8 for sure of our qualifier here tonight. You'll see Ben as well this weekend for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. Let's continue the jump off with another young talented rider here, number 479, Hannah Heidegger from Monarch International, and this is Galetamar. And that shall be the lead for now, 39.57. But 4 faults, a clean ride will take that lead away for Hannah Heidegger and Galetamar. Just that single rail. From Houston, Texas now, Megan News aboard the Amalaya Investments entry. This is Dynamo, number 431, and the next to show in the jump off. Four-fall score, 39.57, as Dynamo shows next. Well, it is a faster 4 falter, so for now taking the lead with a nice effort, just the 1 rail down here as 34.62. The time always a tiebreaker. So for now, Dynamo and Megan News takes the lead with just a single 4-fault score. Be sure to join us this Saturday as the jumps will get a little bit bigger and the prize money a little bit greater for the Longines World Cup Jumping Sacramento. So our first few riders here, just a tiny bit of complications. Mr. Ben Aslan eliminated. 4 faults for our next 2 riders, Hannah and Megan. Now they've gone a little bit faster each time, as Hannah Heidegger currently sits second, 39.57 with that 4, and Megan News leads 34.62. But a clean ride takes the lead away. Here's Samuel Perot, the only rider to navigate 2 horses into the jump off here. Now Couscous Van Orti, number 566. For Samuel Perot and Couscous Van Orti taking the lead. As we mentioned earlier, Samuel Perot has 2 in the class, and he's the leader now, the first to go clear, 32.94 on the clock. That'll be the target time for the 4 riders remaining in the jump-off, as number 392 just moments away from the first of those 4. Number 392 will be next to show This Is Flexible, and Rich Fellers riding for Harry and Molly Chapman. 1 clean ride here as Couscous Van Orti and Samuel Perot just took the lead in 32.94. Rich Fellers and Flexible on the field next. Looks to take over that top spot. Second, 33.18 for Rich Fellers and Flexible. Couscous Van Orti, 32.94. So just a little under 0.2 of a second off the pace, but a new second place for Rich and Flexible. The first of 3 remaining in the jump off now. American rider Jamie Barge returns aboard Luebo, number 253 for the jump off. Barge, what a nice ride. 34.77, and that'll go right into third behind Couscous Van Orti and Flexible. Jamie Barge and Luebo, a new third place. Now just 2 horses left in the jump-off phase. Samuel Perot has 2 of those. He just got off Couscous Van Orti as the leader, and now he's warming up Atlantis, and we'll be back with the continuation of our jump-off in just a few moments. Here's our next show in our qualifier for this weekend's Longines World Cup. Jumping Sacramento, and moving up in the order, Eduardo Meneses and Karushka 2, number 457. It is on the clock, a time to beat of 32.94. Samuel Perot leads. Now taking his turn, Karushka and Eduardo Meneses. But we did have a rail down at our Uriarte Village fence. 4 faults will be the score, and currently 4th as the fastest 4 faulter for Eduardo Meneses and Karushka. So once again, our final entry, Samuel Perot and Atlantis will be back jumping a few warm-up fences. We'll return here in just a few moments. Thank you for joining us. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and join us on YouTube, the FEI channel, and FEI TV will be broadcasting this Saturday's World Cup Jumping Sacramento. Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram is the largest Ram dealer in Sacramento region and proud title sponsor of this Saturday's Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League right here in Sacramento. Well, here is our final entry riding to conclude the class. The only question remains is, can Samuel take home first and second? He's the leader at 32.94. Rich Fellers and Flexible at 33.18. Just 3 clear. And our final entry in this afternoon's qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, presented by Copernicus Stables. This is Atlantis and Samuel Perot. Jumping Sacramento, presented by Copernicus Stables. First and second for the Chilean Samuel Perot Atlantis and Cuscus Van Ortiz, your 2 champions. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the award presentation and victory gallop for our winners. We hope to see you back this Saturday as the jumps get bigger. Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League continues Saturday night right here. And be sure to join us tomorrow night for the Lashers Ride and Drive. What a wonderful event we'll have for you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. The Lashers Elk Grove Dodge Jeep Ram Ride and Drive, presented by the Chronicle of the Horse, followed by the Meter 45 Grand Prix. During the Ride and Drive, you can also visit Yachty's Village fundraiser upstairs in the newly redecorated lounge. And then Saturday, don't miss the educational opportunities from 2 to 5 p.m. with clinics from Rich Fellers, Buddy Brown, Kristen Harden, and special appearance by reigning star Mike McIntyre. Visit the office to ask about the riding in one of the clinics. And then Saturday night, 7 p.m., the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento, presented by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. It's a show you don't want to miss this Saturday.
effort, overcoming obstacles, glory.
What a horse, what a combination, and what a time!
In a region where equestrian sport has been growing at full gallop, a brand new major league, the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League.
43.83 down with just one to go.
The best human and equine athletes of the sport battling to qualify for the amazing Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Final.
Et il le fait! Oui, pour 15e! Extraordinaire, quelle finale fantastique!
Increíble! ¡Qué tiempo! ¡Qué caballo! ¡El ganador!
A unique sport, rich in personalities, where human and horse must have a true partnership to succeed, and where men and women share the same podium. An electrifying finish to the Longines season, a truly global final, where the biggest stars of international jumping will fight for the trophy and the massive €1.3 million jackpot.
A world-class performance by a world-class man.
The most exciting equestrian events in 14 outstanding venues across 3 countries: Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Taking the sport across the continent to iconic cities and world-class.
A wonderful class here for Samuel, as we'll look to see him this Saturday in the World Cup event. As well as many of these riders are top 8, all qualifying for Saturday. We'll walk the line here. Your top 2 spots to Samuel Perreault, as third place award goes out to entry 392 Flexible and Rich Fellers, riding for Harry and Molly Chapman. A 4th place finish for the American Jamie Barge aboard Calico's entry Luebo. Karushka and Eduardo Meneses, the owner and rider, takes home 5th. It's 6th place to Megan News, the American here aboard Dynamo for Amalaya Investments. A 7th place finish for Hannah Heidegger, riding Monarch International's entry Galetamar. And your 8th award to the Canadian Mr. Ben Aslan for Attaché Stables Plume de la Roque, number 634. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us, and one more request from our champion, the Chilean Samuel Perreault, your winner and second. Let's have him lead us off in a gallop of victory. It is Atlantis, your champion. Samuel Perreault with a wonderful ride, first and second aboard Atlantis and Cusco Spanorti. Flexible third, Luebo fourth, Karushka 5th, Dynamo 6th, Galetamar 7th, and Plume de la Roque in 8th. But one more time, your champion, there he is, Samuel Perreault and Atlantis. And one more time, all by himself, your champion, Samuel Pedro, owning and showing Atlantis. Our qualifier for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Sacramento. Presented proudly by Copernicus Stables.
Passion, effort, overcoming obstacles, glory.
What a horse, what a combination, and what a time!
In a region where equestrian sport has been growing at full gallop, a brand new major league, the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League.
43.83 down with just one to go.
The best human and equine athletes of the sport battling to qualify for the amazing Longines FEI World Cup Jumping Final.
Et il le fait! Oui, pour 15e! Extraordinaire, quelle finale fantastique!
Increíble! ¡Qué tiempo! ¡Qué caballo! ¡El ganador!
A unique sport, rich in personalities, where human and horse must have a true partnership to succeed, and where men and women share the same podium. An electrifying finish to the Longines season, a truly global final, where the biggest stars of international jumping will fight for the trophy and a massive €1.3 million jackpot.
A world-class performance by a world-class man.
The most exciting equestrian events in 14 outstanding venues across 3 countries, Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Taking the sport across the continent to iconic cities and world-class equestrian locations. 2015 goes down in American sport history with the launch of the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American League. The perfect combination of high-profile sport, family entertainment, and thrilling competition. Kicking off in August across the continent.
Developed by engineers and tested by the world's best riders, the 2GS pushes forward the frontiers of performance. 2GS by CWD Technology. Next generation.
Wow, is that a Hemi?
It sure is.
That'll be just like you when I grow up.
If you want to be like me, you got to sell all these trucks at 12 grand off MSRP. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher, Elk Grove Dodge. During Truck Month, I've got 6 2015 Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4. Closeout price at just 12 grand off MSRP. That's 12 grand off MSRP, only at Elk Grove Dodge, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Odiseo by Cavalia opens November 25th under the White Big Top at AT&T Park. Tickets available at cavalia.net.
Wine is closely tied to the land. It is earth, sunlight, and passion in a glass. Welcome to Cali Paso, a place where wines of elegance and refinement have impressed critics and created a worldwide phenomenon. A place of stunning architecture, luxury, and passionate winemaking.